Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings every single Monday. If we haven't met before, my name is Frances. I am a tarot card reader, a tarot card deck creator, and a Reiki master healer, and I am so excited to be here with you. Happy Eclipse, by the way, if you are watching this on April 8th. I know that there's kind of been, I don't know if all of you have seen this, but there's been a little bit of fear around this eclipse. Take that for what you will, and I just hope that today we can shed some light on the lightness of it, the beauty of the universe, how cool it is that this eclipse is happening, and also, of course, where to focus our energy for this week. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my last post where I talked about how we've been receiving from Spirit that this is maybe not the best time to be making big decisions. If these big changes and decisions are happening for you, such as a promotion or a new job or a new housing opportunity or something, amazing. I don't want anyone to feel like they can't take action, but for those of you who are feeling a little stuck or wishy-washy, not to worry, not to try to force action. You're good. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Things are going to start moving again soon. But right now with these eclipses, we had one a couple weeks ago. We have one today. We are in Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot going on, and just to kind of be still where possible. But with that said, what do we need to know this week? Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good, deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected. And theirs as well, everyone watching. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And each and every person here, welcoming their team forward now as well. All right, what do we need to know this week? April 8th, 2024, or whenever you're seeing this video. All right, single card, two cards, single card. So let's start with our first single card. Ooh, fun. Okay, Four of Wands. This is funny. Sorry, I'm thinking about my personal life. Team, we gotta focus here on the collective. Thank you. So Four of Wands, this is the card of celebrating how far you've come. This is also the card of creation, of maybe even fertility. So if you are hoping to conceive and you are ovulating, of course, this week might be a really great week to focus on that. Or if you want a family one day, maybe having the conversation with your partner about what that might look like, how to prepare, your roles as parents, what you're excited about, what you're worried about, anything around family planning. This might be a great week to have that discussion. I know before it was like, don't make the decision. So maybe it's not making the decision this week. Maybe it is. Again, if you're ovulating, maybe this is the week to, see what happens. If you do not want to have a baby, maybe this is the week to make sure that you are taking extra precautions in that area. And also, again, having that discussion with your partner, or if you are not with someone and you want kids one day, maybe just thinking about what that might look like, or whatever's coming up for you around that. Maybe it's, gosh, I feel behind in this, and how I feel like, especially if you identify as a woman, we are told once you're 35, they call it a geriatric pregnancy, which is crazy. But it's kind of even identifying fears or worries that you have around starting a family, whatever it may be, there's something coming up this week. So maybe, just thinking on it and just spending some time thinking about it, talking about it, seeing what your options are, what you want, what you don't want, all the things. Separately from creating family, physical life, this is the card of creation of something. And what's coming through this week is if you're feeling a little bit stuck there, right? Maybe stuck in your creativity, or not sure where to put your creativity, or what the next steps are and what you want to create. Even if that's like a certain energy in your life. I want more peace in my life. I want to create more fun in my life, whatever it is. Identifying what that is for you. What do I want to create more of in my life? Even tapping into this springtime energy, right? What new life in whatever capacity, be it an energy, a feeling, an actual tangible thing. What is that thing? And identifying what you've already done, what framework, what foundations you've already laid that have made it possible for this thing to come to fruition, right? Celebrating your wins, celebrating your hard work, celebrating even your failures, right? Because we know they're not failures. These are, again, foundations, lessons to be learned. So maybe even this week, what failures are actually lessons that I can actually tap into, learn from, to create that solid foundation so that when I'm ready to take action, I can create, okay? So a lot coming through with this Four of Wands card. If you were not taking notes, maybe go back and watch that and take some notes for your action steps and what you can do this week. Maybe, journal prompts or areas of focus. But it feels very exciting. But they're saying, but maybe not exciting yet. So it's like, this is what we need to know now. We might not need to take action on any of it yet, except for, like contemplating or journaling on those few questions that they asked. But besides that, it's kind of just like the energy is in the air and let it be that for now. Because in time it will come, but this is really that foundational week. So have the conversation, figure out what your failures were in terms of actually what lessons you needed to learn. Celebrate your wins of being like, oh my gosh, I actually did do that. I'm so proud of myself. I do have these skills, right? I do have this desire. I do know what I want to create. And so those are the building blocks for what's to come soon, but maybe not quite yet. Okay, so again, still practicing patience, wands, Four of Wands, but knowing that you are building that foundation and this is a very celebratory time. Okay, cool. All right, then we have two cards. Ooh, Justice and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so last week we talked a lot about emotions. Spirit was like, hey, this is going to be a very emotional week. Be mindful of your emotions. I'm not sure if any of you felt that. You might be feeling it this weekend, this past weekend, or today, or coming into tomorrow, right? Kind of this like bell curve of like, woo, things are heightened. So being mindful of that, because we have the Justice card here. This is the card of balance. This is the card of fairness. This is the card of equality. Kind of a example of this card is like a judge in court. Or if you are familiar with astrology, this is Libra's card. So balance, beauty, fairness, right? And so with that though, again, your feelings might be triggered because things maybe feel unfair, because things maybe feel out of balance, because things maybe feel just like kind of a lot right now. Ace of Cups says that we do have these feelings that are being, triggered, but let's see this also similarly to the message that came through with Four of Cups as an opportunity, as an area of hope, right? Like all is not lost. I am being shown the unbalance so that I can be so clear in what balance means to me. This is very hopeful. Ace of Cups, again, this is what it's like the beginning of a new way of living in balance. So I want you to take this as an opportunity. Ace of Cups, what does feel good? Right now, Justice is telling me that things might be out of balance. I might be getting like triggered in areas. Maybe you're even like, you're sick, or you keep getting injured, or you keep being a little clumsy, and like whatever it may be. These cards are kind of saying like, what got me here? Like, where was I maybe not taking care of myself, or where was I maybe not focusing where I should have been focusing, or being mindful, or being cautious, or whatever it is. These cards are saying the unbalance that you may be feeling is actually highlighting your desire for balance. And so what does balance look like for you? This Ace of Cups is saying that we are being given the opportunity for a new way of being, a new way of feeling. So again, what does that look like, right? This week we're being shown almost this like illumination of maybe where things feel off or stuck or unbalanced. It's there to highlight what actually needs our attention. And Ace of Cups says, hey, this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. How amazing is it that we are being shown, all of this is being brought to light, we can actually do something about it. This is a fresh start for the good to flow, for the love to flow, for the joy to flow. So let's see it as opportunity for that. Thank you for highlighting where things are off so that I can actually start to identify what I do want, what balance does feel like, what beauty does feel like, what creation does feel like. I might not all have to put it into action this week. Maybe if you're inspired to do so, great. But if you're not, it's okay. The identification is enough. All right. Okay, and then we have this last card here. Ooh, okay, hello. So, Six of Cups. This is the inner child card. Six of Cups is saying that part of what might be getting triggered here is actually due to your inner child needs. So thinking about that, what deep-rooted needs, desires are not being met right now? Are you feeling unseen? Are you feeling unheard? Are you feeling undervalued? Are you feeling like someone saying like you're too much or you're too crazy, or just get over it, right? You're too emotional. Well, maybe it's because those parts of you haven't been nurtured. So actually this week with Six of Cups, you're being asked to check in with those deep-rooted needs. What did I always want as a kid that maybe I never got? What was I always told? For me, it was always stop crying, it's fine. And so I always thought I was too emotional, right? No disrespect to my parents or my teachers or everyone else who told me that. That's just, they were doing their best. But for me, this highly sensitive person, being told stop crying, that wasn't helpful. And so my whole life I was taught, oh my gosh, well, your emotions are too much, you're too emotional. Hide them. That was not helpful because we cannot tame emotions. We can manage them once we've processed them, but we cannot ignore them because they just get louder. And so now I've learned how to properly process my emotions, how to understand them, how to understand the feeling behind the feeling, which we talked about last week. So if you missed that video, maybe go back because there's more coming up from last week and this week again with this Six of Cups, this inner child that needs, and maybe if inner child is a confusing word for you, it's like the little girl, boy, person inside of you that's still there, because we also have this person no matter how old we are. Your needs that were not met, or that were told were too much, or that you always wanted that you never got, or that you never understood, you were never taught how to process, or you were never given what you really wanted, and then you were like, okay, well, I guess I don't deserve that. Whatever is coming up for you this week, it needs some healing and some nurturing. So for example, for me with my emotions, maybe I'm just gonna this week let myself cry and not feel badly about it and not try to rush through it and just like be with that. And then give myself a hug and a cup of tea and a cookie to feel better, to really, give that little girl a hug, right? Or maybe I'm gonna go to my partner or my mom, be like, can you hug me, right? Ask for what I need and either receive it from someone else or give it to myself. So for you, what's coming up for you? What is unmet, unseen, undervalued? What do you need that you weren't given that you still really want? Maybe it's just to be accepted or loved or liked. How can you give that to yourself this week and or ask for it from the people in your life so you start to fill up and heal that heart space that maybe hasn't been nurtured that way ever? Okay. And maybe all of these triggers and all of these areas from before are illuminating what needs to be healed deeper within than we even thought from these two cards. They were talking about foundations. That goes deep. So not just the foundations of life and what we want to build up from now, but healing those deeper foundations, filling up what was empty for years and years and years and years and years. And again, this is going to take time. This is not all going to happen this week, but the identification can happen this week so that we have those super solid ground to build up from. In yoga, right, we say root to rise, but we need the ground. We need the earth to root into so we can rise up. So this week, I really want you focusing on the inner child needs, nurturing those, asking for what you need there, paying attention to what feels unbalanced, understanding that this is an opportunity for you to see what balance is for you, what you want to bring into balance, and know that there is hope there. You are starting the journey to live a more aligned, balanced life. And celebrate your wins and your failures, learning from those so that the creation that you seek in whatever capacity can be more accessible to you when you feel ready to take action, right? So this is the week to do the work. The action is probably going to come next week, maybe 2 weeks, but this is the week to do the work, okay? Beautiful, fam. Please let me know how this resonated with you in the comments. If you feel called to donate to what I call to the love jar, this is my PayPal donation link. I will leave the link in the description box below. This allows me to show up with energy for you every week. So thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate every penny that comes my way. I am So grateful. I see your name. I send you the biggest hug. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe, or share with a friend, or I should say, and share with a friend or a loved one who you think who would receive from this. I would love to meet and connect with your favorite people. In the meantime, lots to focus on this week. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, and if you would like to purchase this deck, I will leave the link to do so in the description box below. It comes with a guidebook as well that fits inside the box, which I love. So it's all in one nice, tidy little neat package. And it also comes with my Intro to Tarot online course as a bonus for you. So again, thank you for being here. I'm sending so much love, and I will see you again next Monday.